it of course created a sensation when Harry and Meghan returned back to the United Kingdom, expected of course hearts and flowers, trumpets no doubt, and of course a ceremonial welcome. But for them things took a turn for the worst when they arrived at the Thanksgiving service at St Paul's Cathedral. Now either way, people could say that these were paid booers, people to naturally of course attack the Duke and Duchess of Sussex on a very welcoming return, particularly when you consider that they returned for a very special reason, that of the Platinum Jubilee of our wonderful monarch Queen Elizabeth II. But now apparently the blame game is spilling out. Let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. Behind me here is St Sophia's, the Greek church in the heart of West London, Bayswater. Beautiful place inside, beautiful outside as well. As I've told you before, I love wonderful architecture, and this is truly splendid. And it's, you know, it's great really when you wander around London, you find these places and think, wow, who built that and how did they get that at the top of there without all the mechanics that we have in this wonderful day and age? Back as ever though to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, as we all know, Harry and Meghan didn't exactly get the warm welcome that they had hoped when they returned to the United Kingdom. I'm not laughing at that, I'm just kind of laughing at the things that, you know, people say. It's kind of cruel really, because, you know, whichever way you look at it, it must have been rather disturbing for the former royals to find a reality, because as I've said to you before, they are surrounded by yes people that they are paying, you know, and when you are paying people, they only tell you what you want to hear, which is the downside of paying people. You know, a reality is sometimes something of a shock, as we've all found out, trust me. But what's interesting to note now is that it appears, according to a very good source, that Prince Harry, who was very, very against this particular stunt, really believes that this could have been the turning point as to why they had such an unwelcome welcome, if you like, back here in the United Kingdom. You will recall just before Meghan Markle decided to return to Britain, she decided also to pay an unscheduled visit to the terrible atrocity that took place out in Texas. And obviously this was widely criticised as a PR stunt. People were claiming that she was mic'd up, brought her own camera crew, all of that. But put that aside, at least Prince Harry had the very good sense to stay clear of it. And that was a very clever move by him. But of course, according to that good source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, it appears that Harry was still brimming over that particular escapade, because he felt that they could have paid their respects, rightly so, via their website or indeed a donation. Now let's not forget that Meghan did take some food and supplies for these sort of food banks and stuff around there, so there was a good heart in that particular moment. But as ever, it's how you display these things in public. People didn't want to see that particular image. And for Prince Harry, I am told, as ever, by a very good source, that he felt that this could have been particularly damaging just upon their return back to the United Kingdom. And also you have to remember that whichever way you look at it, Harry and Meghan are just closely associated with the British monarchy, so what they do reflects badly on them, and he would have known exactly how bad this could have reflected, which he didn't, thankfully, against our gracious Majesty the Queen. What we can tell you first here on the show is that, of course, all senior members of the British monarchy have expressed their sincere good wishes and, of course, condolences to all of those involved privately. Perhaps this is something that Prince Harry may and should have had a word with his wife, the actress Meghan Markle. Or maybe he did, and simply she went ahead anyway. Whatever the good intentions were, clearly it backfired on a bigger scale than even they could have both imagined. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.